Hi, this is Michaela Buchanan. I'm a data scientist at Mark III Systems, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Converge IO command line interface. So first off, Converge's command line interface is built using the Ruby programming language. So if you don't have it already, we're going to have to install that first. So a good first step for this is to go into your command prompt and use this command right here, ruby-v. And as you can see here, I currently do not have Ruby installed, but you might. And if you do get a version number back here, you're not out of the woods yet, because you'll want to visit Converge's CLI documentation, which is at this link here, and it'll be linked in the description below. And you're going to want to make sure that your Ruby version is between 2.3 and this 2.4.9, or 2.5 to 2.6.3. And there's a good chance that your version will actually be a lot newer, since we have had a lot of Ruby versions ahead of this. But from what I've seen, if you use a newer version of Ruby with this, you're going to encounter some kind of weird errors and delays in response from the Converge CLI, so I'd recommend sticking with the version numbers they have outlined in the documentation here. If you do have a newer version of Ruby installed, if you're not using it, I'd recommend uninstalling it and reinstalling it the way I'm going to show you here. But if you still need it, it's a bit out of the scope of this video for how to install both versions and use them, but if you need help with that, feel free to reach out to me individually and I'll see what I can do to help. Alright, back to our installation here. So we don't have Ruby installed, and we're going to start with the Windows installation. So we're going to come down here and click on where it says Windows, and then follow this link to the Windows Ruby installer. We're going to want to go to download. And then we have a bunch of version numbers here, so I'm just going to check back, make sure I grabbed the right version. So the newest one we can use is 2.6.3. So I'm going to use the newest version I can that is within this threshold here, which looks like it might be this 2.5.8. So I'm going to go ahead and start that downloading here. Then I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to when this is downloaded. Okay, looks like our download is complete, so we're going to go ahead and start up this installer. You're going to want to accept the license. And all these defaults should be just fine for you, so you can just hit install. And you probably won't see this. This is just because I've installed Ruby before and uninstalled it to show you how to install it in this video. So if you do see this, go ahead and just press yes. And next, and here we go, actually installing Ruby. And then you're going to want to go ahead and keep this checked and hit finish. And you'll get a new command prompt here. And you can just go ahead and press enter. And if you see this has succeeded, you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this. And we're going to try our ruby-v again. This time we see 2.5.8, which is great. That's what we installed, so looks good. Now that we have Ruby installed here on Windows, we can go back to our CLI instructions, and we're going to want to go to this tab of 2.5 through 2.6.3 because we are in that range. And we're going to grab this command right here, paste it, and run. And this will actually install the Converge CLI through Ruby. So as you can see here, we have Converge successfully installed. So what we're going to do now is just double check that everything is as it should be and run Converge version. We should just get this 1.11.22 or 24 back here. And there we are. So that's how to install the Converge CLI on a Windows 10 machine.